Welcome to this video. In this video, we will talk about the Netflix ribbon component, which is nothing but a load balancer component. Before we go into the coding and understand what is a ribbon component, we need to understand what is load balancer and why we need it. For example, consider this: we have one service and there are 100 client or more than 100 client calling to your service. Uh, So there will be a lot of requests coming to your server. And your server may go down, or your server is not able to handle those many requests. So what we will do, we will create multiple instances of those servers, or those application, or that service, right? And using one load balancer in between, and we will divert a call from one server to another server, so that all the requests should not go to the one server. Normal scenario, what we will do, my services will be running on multiple servers, and there will be one HTTP load balancer sitting in between, and it will taking a request from a client and diverting to individual servers. This way, load on a server can be balanced out using round robin fashion or some other algorithms. There's only one difference with this component, is that it is a client side load balancer, not the server side load balancer. When we say example of Apache HTTP servers, they are server side load balancers, not the client side. What I mean is that when requests come from a client on a server side, these load balancers will intercept the request, and based on round robin fashion, they will divert the request to individual servers, server 1 or server 2 or server 3. So these are server side load balancing concept, but ribbon is client side component. Here consumer will decide which producer service I have to call based on this ribbon component. So let's take example of this. In previous session, what we have done, we have created one producer service, then we have created one consumer service, and we have registered these two services on Eureka server, and consumer calling the Eureka server to get the URL and call the producer service. What we will do, we will create multiple instances of producer service. Instance 1, instance 2, or instance 3, multiple. In this example, we will just run two instances, and we will call these instances using a ribbon component. Let's run multiple component of producer service first. So this is my producer service, which is configured on port number 8000, and it is registered on Eureka server. What we have to do, I have to provide one unique instance name to it. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll write one property in application.property file of producer. For example, where I am, let me point out that. So currently I am in application.properties file of employee producer service. So I have to provide what is the instance ID of it. Dollar string dot application dot name colon dollar random dot value. So this is coming from my bootstrap application, what I have given name employee producer, and it is the random number is coming from that Netflix library. So when I run this producer service on 8000 port, it will have the instance ID as employee producer colon some random number. Let's run this program. In meantime, let me run also the Eureka server. So my Eureka server is running on port 888. Oh, I'm sorry, 8888, and my producer server is running on port 8000. Let's go to my Eureka server and refresh it. So my Eureka server is not appeared. Oh, it's starting. Okay, so I think it started now. Let's see. Yeah, so it is started, and there is no instance registered yet because my producer service started first and Eureka server is started later. It will take a couple of seconds so that it will get registered. Now see, my producer service is registered, It is the instance ID, it has the application name and some random numbers here. Okay, so let's run one more instance of producer service. What I will do, I just change the port here and I will run it. Just keeps on refreshing the Eureka server. You will see here two instances when it is up and registered. Here, my producer, there are two instances of my producer service, and these are the instance IDs of those. This is random number which we have used. Now let's go to my consumer service. So I have to include ribbon API. So what I'll do in the POM, along with the Eureka server, I will include ribbon. So my ribbon component is included in dependency. I'll go in client. Instead of using the discovery client, I will use load balancer client. So let me comment out this code. So let me use private load balancer client, load balancer client. Let me let's auto-write it. Let's use this API. Now here, earlier we were using discovery client, so I have to use the one of the instance of producer service. Since I am using load balancer client, I have to just choose, instead of getting the instance, just I have to choose it. So what I'm telling in the client side, choose one of the instance of this service and get the URL. So let's run this program. Let's see what the port we have configured. Port is 9000. Okay, so let's run this program, consumer service. Let's make it in the bottom. Can you see it? If it is connected to 8000 port, 8001. Let me open that. Consumer. It is on 8000 port. If you run it multiple times, sometime it will connect to port 8000, or sometime it will connect to 8001. So this is about the ribbon component. Thanks for watching this video. In next uh, video, we will talk about our Hystrix component, that is circuit breaker and fault tolerance. Thank you.